Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. I have no idea what I'm going to do today, but I'm going to do something. But I thought I would real quick show you what I got. Cheryl at the Whole Bucket does a live sale on Tuesday, every other Tuesday now. So April 1st is the next one. If you look in my community tab, there's a little flyer there and you can see her channel name. So 2 weeks ago, or I guess almost 2 weeks ago, she had her sale and I got what I ordered, and I had ordered some of these metal Greek letters. So I've got 10 packs of those. So any of these doubles that I have, like these are pretty much the same. I will put in one of my giveaways, which I'll have at some point eventually. So, you know, these are all pretty much the same kind of a thing. So I thought those would be really cool to use either as a metal piece in a project or even as stencils. So I'm not going to open them all. I just thought I'd show you a couple. And here's, oh look, this one has 3 in here. So that they're different though. This one's different. These two are the same. So I'll probably maybe put one of those. Although then it also gives me an option to use one in a mixed media project. So I ordered 10 of those when she had those, and she wrapped it in some nice tissue, which I can now use. And then I got, let's see, what else? Oh, I also got the little, she had a little, oh my goodness. It's over there somewhere. I'll show it to you when I find it. It's just a cute little pack of little things that she's made. And then I've also got my order from PM Artist Studio. I thought I'd show you that. And it includes March, let's see, these, oh, that's yesterday's stuff. These ones are by Michelle, the Creative Cove. And here is the card for where you purchase these from. If you've never purchased them before, your first purchase, you can use the discount code DarcyFan10. After that, you want to, you know, earn up your points. Oh, and right now, until March 31st, today is March 29th, you get double points. So you can earn double points when you, I think that goes that way, when you purchase things. I got all of the little silhouette leaves by Michelle, the Creative Code. And then Christy Hartman had this flower. Oh, there's another one of those. And then, so I got 2 of the flowers. And then this one, the beads, is by Becky Bokern. And then mine, I have these 3 leaves. This was my release for March, were these 3 foresty leaves. And what else did I get? Oh, yeah, I got the paper bundle. That's right. They have this paper bundle, random assortment surprise pack of varied techniques by Susan Gantz. It's like, I don't know, 2 ounce point. I don't know. Anyway, it's a, I don't know, is it? I thought it was like 35 papers. I don't remember. Anyway, so that's what this is. That's right. I forgot I had ordered that because I wanted to see, because I've seen some of the papers that she does and they're really cool. This one is large and it's just on regular paper, but it's like got some like chalky paint on it. So that's really cool. I'm guessing that's a gel plate print maybe. And then this is, I think this is rice paper. Maybe. I don't know. That's really cool. And then this is probably the Citrusol paper. Ooh, I like that side. Oh, I might have this upside down. That's okay. We'll just flip them over and be surprised. Ooh, that one's cool. That's similar to some things that I do on the gel plate. So that one's cool. And we got some baby powder gel plate stuff. And this is very textural. And that's really cool. And also that. Looks like there's a lot of gel plate prints. And, ooh, this one's really cool. So, it's just got the picture back there. But then this is like, you can kind of feel it. I don't know what she used. I don't know if she just, like, used a pen with some liquid paint in it. Liquid acrylics in it or what. Then we have that. And, are these, like, sticker? I think these are, like, stickers. So, these are cool. I've done something like that too. Some of these look kind of like mine. I'm like, hey. Oh, and then I think that's cool. And then we've got also this on some black tissue. The white paint, that's really cool. and some inky whatchamacallit. Ooh, there you go, dyed piece, cardstock. Ooh, this piece is awesome. I love that piece. All right, I want to know how she did that, and I think this is on tissue. I need to know how she did this one. It's very cool. It's got some maybe plastic. Well, we're going to attempt to make something similar to that, because that one is very cool, and that one is cool. And then also this one, I don't know if this is paint or like the permanent ink or what, but it's a very cool technique. And a little print of some leaves, and also this. That'll make a really cool belly band or tag in a journal. So those are the papers. When you order the papers, you get something different every time. There's just a variety of papers that she sells through PM Artist Studio, and those are super cool. And yesterday I was talking about the tall and skinny stamps that I'd be getting. I got them like that day, later that day. So yeah. All right. So I might play with these today. I might not. I think what I had in mind to do was kind of what Eddie did with his little notebooks using scraps and whatnot. Look at that, crackers. Just what I need right here, right now. Crackers. Oh, I still got water sitting out here. All right, I'm gonna clean up for a second. Sorry, I didn't already. I was excited. I got new stuff. All right, I'm gonna make what I hope will be a fast little journal. We will see. Fortunately, this is already coming out. I'm gonna use this cover because it's fun, and see if some of these pages are, because it's a sewn in signature. So I do want to use a couple of the pages from the book. There's a bunch of like ads in the back here, which is kind of fun. So I find the middle of the signature and just kind of cut the string with scissors or something. So I just cut the string in the middle of the signature, and then they should come out pretty easily. Signature is a group of pages in a book. All books have them. Most books have about 3 or 4 pages in each signature. That's how they're able to lay flat like there. So there's 1, 2, 3. That one had 4 in the signature. And so I'm going to pull out some more because I don't just want the are they ads? I don't know what they are. I want some of these with the knots as well. So I'll take out one of these as well. So when I do use a book cover and I've got the book block still, I like to use some of the pages from the book block. So I don't know if this will be wide enough. We can always make it so. I can either keep this as the spine or I can put in a new one. We will see. I haven't decided yet. I will take this bit out in the middle though, which I can then use for texture and something else. It's kind of dusty and icky, and that's okay. And I will also reinforce the inside of this with like some tape or fabric or something just to reinforce these bits here. It's kind of an old book, which is cool. That's what makes it kind of a really cool cover to use, as well as it's got some really cool font on the front as well for you font lovers. So this is just a piece of avocado dye paper from EB and folded in half. It works perfectly, which tells me that probably a lot of pages that are 8.5 by 11 are going to work best in that direction. So I'm going to take some of these pages that I just got. That one might be a little bit narrow, so I think I will. And so since I have the since I have the pages from here, I can use that as my template and just use a ruler or cutter, scissors, whatever you want to use. You can cut down. See, look at that. One of these is crooked. I don't know which one. I don't really care which one. So I'm just gonna tear that with a ruler. If I wanted deckled edge, I could with the deckled edge ruler. And then I can use these as little scraps. This is not the best tearing ruler, I'll just tell you that right now. Let's see. What's this one? Oh, goodness gracious, lady. All right, this one has a, which way does it go? That's the bevel, goes that way. A beveled ruler, I think, is probably your best bet for a tearing ruler that you just want to tear without, if you're not doing the deckled edge. You know, if you can get it to stay on there. Whatever. Also, oh my goodness, that hurt. Alright, so I've got some strips to use somewhere, which is nice. And then this should just fold right in half. And also, when you are doing your pages for your journal, you kind of want to make sure that you use your fingernails, bone folder, whatever, to just get a really good crease on there. And you don't have to match your cover, but you know, if you've got some pages that kind of like go nicely with your cover, even better. I think this would be nice too. All right. So, just picking out pages. Sometimes you guys like to see me pick out pages. Some of them I might make it just slightly smaller, or I may come in afterwards and use my cutter to get all the, sometimes I like my edges to all be smooth on the end, and sometimes I don't care. Like this piece, I like to have pieces from the pages that I can use within the book. And it just kind of gives it a cohesiveness, so I can use this somewhere with the other scraps, and that'll make that a little bit cohesive. Anything else from this pile that we just got from PM Artist Studio? I don't know. That might be cool. I'm thinking. Looks like she sprayed it and then, oops, did the, ow, whatever the paint is, it's sharp. Be careful. But it's a 9x12, so it has a little bit longer. Let me go this way with it, I think. I've been really into doing journals that are like kind of like this size, where you fold your, let me get this out of my way, paper hot dog style, some people call it, or vertical. And that way you end up with like this little strip at the end, and you have like a nice hold in your hand size journal. That's what I like about that. Should we do this one too? It's a little tissuey. Sure, why not? Oh yeah, I'll have to make one of the ones that I made using that orchid, the orchid book. Orchid? It sounds like I'm saying the Orchid Man. Ooh, that would be really pretty in here too, actually. Could do it in the center. And then, let's see, might just cut it off right about here. One thing I like about these rulers is they've got the lines on there, so you can kind of line up that side line to be the right width, the right whatever, the right stuff. There we go. So that will look really good in there. Like I said, if I had a bone folder, I'd use it, but I don't. So I'll use my nails, because you know what? Those are free if you got them. They're kind of free, unless you pay for them. And then they might not do that as well. This will be too big to even use in there. We'll see. Maybe I'll use that on the inside somewhere. Sure, why not use this piece too? And then these extra scraps I can use to make like notebooks. Now if I didn't want them folded, I could just tear it before I folded it. It's just a little easier to do that. I'm going to save that for something else. This one's kind of cool. This is like some gold paint, but it's got that black, maybe, oh, is it the iridescent bronze maybe in a little thing? I don't know. But it's kind of cool. So let's go ahead and put it in there. Oh, well, I'm going to lose a little bit of it. That's all right. We'll just, it's almost like a knot, so it actually kind of works. We'll just do this. Okay. work. Anything else? Those could be belly bands. Oh, this one, I'll save that for something else. Oh, this one's kind of fun. And I might just go ahead and decal edge the whole part here. There, now it's all deckled. Oh, this one would be pretty too. She must use realies for that. It looks really good. Alright, if you use like each one as you use it, you might end up getting bigger and bigger. So you kind of want to use the same template every time. You don't have to, but you know, just saying you might want to. We call this creasing. It's just kind of where the paint separates on the gel plate. It's a really cool look. Alright, one of these in each, one of these, sure, ropes in nature. Why not? It works. It works for me. Alright, this one is a little bit thicker, but not terribly so. You might want this piece to be not folded though. So you just get a little bit more paper out of it when you do it that way. That is just about the right height. It's a little bit on the tall side. But I think it's too narrow. It's not necessarily too narrow, but kind of is. On the narrow side. A little pop of color in there. Well, we got that pop of color too, so pop it. We'll just do that. There we go. Just gonna take a little bit off each side, each top and bottom if I can. Should make it just about the right height. Yep, makes it a good height. I can save those. Once I'm done with the journal, I probably won't save those anymore, but for now, saving all those bits. And that is more cardstock, and this was just what was in there. And let's see, we got this piece as well, which can be a few pages in here, really. Can I get one that way? No, not quite. One. I can get two if I do it this way. That way. Alright, this is easier to do it this way. It's easier to do it, put your ruler on the small side, and then it's just a little bit easier that way, just saying. Just saying. Easy peasy. Alright, let me go see what else I have in my stash. Because you do want to have some writing stuff in there too, unless you're making it specifically an art journal, which I don't know. This will be whatever, whoever buys it, this will be whatever they want it to be. Alright, and we've also got that one there, and this was kind of ripped, so I just folded it up, and that'll make a really cute little pocket kind of tuck spot. I'm just going to tear down there to make it a little bit easier. Okay, I'll be right back. So if you are like a person who likes their music and their words upside right, then this is a size journal that would work nicely for you, because you know you're folding it this way. Okay, I can tear off a little bit off of the edges, the outside edges here. A little bit, just enough to make it the right size. There you go. I could even use those if I wanted to, but I've got them for collage later on. All right, let's start. Do I want more? I might want more. Got this piece, which is kind of cool. I'm going to lose a little bit of that there. But it's got the rules for the postcard play, July postcard play from last year. I apparently did that on the back of that. Isn't that funny? But I might just put that in upside down because I might cover it anyway. And then just to kind of do that just a little bit prettier like that than how it was. And what about this ledger? It's a little bit narrow if I do it that way, but that's all right. And I've lost my, there it is. Might be able to get 2 out of it though. All right, if I go down a little bit, that's kind of in half, and I can get 2 pages out of that. Digital will work too. Right about there is the middle. There we go. I have to decide which ones I want. Might just do one of each and then do the other ones in another journal. Right about there. I don't know where there was, but that's okay. So 1, 2, 3. Those could be for another journal sometime because I've been doing that size, so that will work nicely. Why not a piece of this? Let's see. I think I want it to go this way though, and then I'm just going to cut out. There's a lot on the outside edges that leave a lot to be desired. So just gonna, and I might do this one as a signature. I think I'm going to do this one sort of like how Natasha did it. So I need some kind of more heavier cardstock ones, and also it will go this way because this part will get glued. Right, anything else here in this pile? Sure, that could work. And in this case, we don't mind the, hold it, oh, it's got a tear. That's okay. Where the tear is, where the tear is, kind of goes with our color. But also, this is super eclectic. We don't even have to have it be the color. Just, that is neutrally, brown and blue, neutrally. All right. So I will see if there's any more pages I want to use. I'm going to go ahead and put these together into, I think, 3 signatures, and I will be right back. That's, oh, actually that could work for, all right, I'll be right back. I might cut some more down too. Okay, so if I want to do 3 signatures, this is 3 signatures of 10. That will only work if it's for writing only and we're not putting anything in it, because it's going to become an alligator mouth. So I am either going to make it 2 signatures or take a couple pages out of each one. Ideally you want, when your signatures are in here ready to be bound, you want it to go in more than this. I mean, I could do this. It's just that when I put pockets and stuff in, it's going to become an alligator mouth. Not that that's a bad thing. Just saying. It's just going to be thick. I could take out some of the thicker papers. Like right now I've got like cardstock paper on the outside and the inside of each one. Part of that is just for some stability on the inside. Some people like to do that on the inside. This one I did reinforce this one with some paper on the spine because it was starting to rip a little bit. And this one's really thick, so I might pull that one out and use something else that will still work just as well. That can work. It's just a little bit, or this one would also work. It's a little, this one's just, it's cardstock and newsprint, I think, or something like that. Don't know. Oh, this, if it's gonna go out here, it has to go like this. All right, I'm gonna save that for something else. I think I'll put this in there. All right, and that didn't make much difference, but you know, every little bit. So I am going to just do each of these 3 signature 3 whole pamphlet stitch is all I'm gonna do for these, and I'm gonna do it so that the string is on the outside. So you just I'll do one with you. Let me just make sure these are all bone folded real fast. I'll be right back. I just want to burnish them and crease them really well is what I mean by that. Sounds weird to just say bone folder, doesn't it? So I don't know if you could tell which one has had the pages burnished down and which one has not. It makes a little bit of a difference. Enough of a difference in the long run that, especially if you're doing more than one signature, that it's worth doing. In case I was confusing, I just mean, like, you know, creasing the edges. You could do it with the bone folder. Usually the book pages don't need them, but these thicker pages especially, oh, it's a terrible sound, isn't it? Bone folder sounds less horrible. I'll give you that. But yeah, just that little extra thing you do, it does make a difference. Oh, I like this stencil. That's the it's like a sweater texture kind of a stencil. That's one of my designs, and it goes really kind of like works in this knots and whatnot journal, doesn't it? I think. I don't know. Maybe you don't think so. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Knots, laces, and rope work. Kind of looks like rope a little bit. All right. I don't think the order of these matters so much. I do still want to put something in here. It could be a piece of fabric. It could even be this tape right here. I might do that. This is just the brown packing tape, and I'm just using it. I like the color for this particular thing. Hope it's on there straight. Just to reinforce the bend here, because it is an older book and I don't want that to start falling apart. I probably should glue it in. Yeah, if you're worried about it coming out, you should probably glue it. I don't know, if it starts coming off, I will glue it for sure. And then I think to get a nice good, I think I'm going to use my, I had it here earlier. Of course I did. I'm looking for the nail file, in case you're wondering what I'm looking for. Alright, I changed my mind. I'm going to do it one of the ways that Natasha did it. I think I'm just going to wrap this around twice though, because this is kind of, this is baking twine. So it's a little bit thick. And I'm going to hide the tie in the back here. So you just want to, I just wrapped it around twice, and then I'm going to tie it. I'm actually going to go through this, I think. Maybe. I don't know. That didn't help. Alright. I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to go over this top one and go underneath there, so I can kind of catch that part too, in hopes of getting a really good, you want it tight but not where it's bending the paper, I think is what you want. And then if you have a second person, it helps, or 3 hands. If you have 3 hands, let me know. I want to know where you got them, where you got your third hand. That's not working. Nope, that's not working, Darcy. That's not even working a little bit. And you don't like to edit, so you're just going to look silly. Well, you know, sometimes we look silly for the people, because why not? We can look silly for the people. Alright. But by doing it this way, you're able to take pages out and put them back in if you want to. Usually I do this with elastic, which gives you a little bit more, you know, room to pull it out and whatnot. Alright, that's loose. How do I do that? Well, maybe. Or now we can go around both and see if we can. Still really loose. Well, should still at least keep them in there once they're glued in, right? Give us a little bit of, that's fine. It's fine, it's fine, everything's fine. Alright, I'm of course doing that way more times than I need to. And if you maybe want to be able to hang anything off of those as dangles, you can just put it to the bottom, or you can cut it off and just hope it doesn't come untied. Put a little glue on there maybe. Alright, that's one. I don't know, I have this baker's twine and I'm never going to use it if I don't use it for this, right? So one down there, up here and back down here, giving myself enough to tie it with. I don't want to make a headache for myself by making it so short that I can't tie it. And then pull it as taut as you can, and you know, like you're doing a bow on a present. Don't want to pull it so tight that you're ripping the papers. Nope, don't rip your papers. All right. I think it'll be a little bit easier if I put it this way. Okay, so like, make sure it's straight, otherwise you're gonna have too much, even more than I had, slack. Okay, put your finger down like you're doing a present and go around. There's got to be a way to do this when you're just one person. Do you have any tips or tricks to making a nice tight bow when you're wrapping presents and you don't have... There we go. And then I'm going to go around the 2 strings for the second and third. So that, and then double knot that. That's just how I'm doing that. I don't know how Natasha did it, but that's how I'm doing it. Like I said, I will link her below. And then if you follow Gail on Patreon, she mentioned that she made one of these. She might have done the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. That's another way. See, the hardest part about doing multiple signatures, even doing the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, is trying to get those signatures in there. So if you're doing it with this method, it's a little bit easier. Okay, going around. Like I said, got plenty of this stuff. Got more than I'll ever use of baker's twine, because I barely ever used baker's twine. So for once in my life, I'm using baker's twine. All right, I'll pause for this one. You don't need to watch that a third time. Now, I'm using a book cover, and I'm not doing the fabric thing like she did, so I don't know how this is going to work. But I'm going to start by putting my signatures together. And it's been a while since I watched the video, but if I remember correctly, we are going to glue this whole thing right here really well. I might even just use some, I'm going to use some glue stick in the middle. This is why it didn't matter that the outside was the white boring part, because that's what you want. And that glue is gone. I'm to the end of that one. Oh well. Oh well. Oh schmell. All right, so just kind of getting some good amount of glue stick on there. And get this out of my way. And then go around the edges with my art glitter glue, like a nice strong glue. Maybe your Fabri-Tac, your art glitter glue, your Bearly Arts glue. And get that around the edges. And then this is, so you leave about an inch over here, not glued. And then also, you need these pages to match up. So you're supposed to make sure that all of your that these pieces are like the same exact size, which I did not do. And you just need to line them up really good and get it pressed in there really well. And then we'll do that with this as well. The important part is leaving that space on the edge there, and probably using a strong glue. Once it's in there, it might be okay. I don't know. Probably need more glue than I'm using, but my wrist, this is hurting. Just FYI. Fabri-Tac. Well, it would have taken longer to dry, but well, Fabri-Tac's good if it takes longer to dry, because then. So I'm lining up my the back page there. But Natasha says make sure your outside pieces are all the exact same size, and that way you match up here. Don't worry, that's supposed to be upside down. That was on purpose. That way, you know, you line up the edges here when they're the exact same size, but I didn't do that. All right, and then you would put your fabric around these pieces, but I don't have fabric. So I'm just going to see if this works. I'm just going to glue it to the inside cover. Doing the same thing where I'm leaving an inch. Not doing the whole, I might use Fabri-Tac though. This is also where it would be helpful if your pieces were the same size, because then they would go in the exact same place. Oh, that's fun. Let's just do this all day. There we go. And it's just the outside bits that I'm making sure have a good amount of glue on them. Make sure that's centered. Just, oh, and I think I just figured out why she does the fabric. But you know, I had to try this. If it doesn't work, well then I'll just take out the whole, leaving an inch on the side. I'll just take out the spine and put in a new spine if I have to, if this doesn't work. But if it does work, well then you'll know that you can just use a book that's already made without having to take off the spine. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. We'll find out soon if it works or not. Okay. Really? Why? All right, and then just going to put that to the edge there. Glue that down. Straight would be nice, but that's okay. All right, now I'm gonna need to put something flat on there because right now it's already wanting to, because like I said, I'm sure I put more pages in there than required. And I didn't have the other stuff in there. But I have a little bit of leeway on this spine. Like sometimes a spine is like only this thick, but it has like this little margin thing. So it gives you a little bit bigger spine when you make your new journal. Because the original book block was just in this middle part, and I can kind of press this to be further out. I mean, it seems to be working. Just need to put something heavy on it. So there we go. We made a journal. Let's go ahead and I'll put covers on my glue. All right, so here is the journal really quick. So this was for day 21 of the hashtag Mixed Media March. I made the journal, and now I will probably start decorating it with the pieces that I've made so far. I probably will not use the piece that's supposed to be a journal topper because I kind of don't want to cover that. Well, as long as some of that shows, that's fine. And maybe I'll even do some pages in the journal for the, you know, the next 10 days or so. So these in-between pieces are fairly thick, and it opens out fairly flat. I mean, if I put the, you know, like I said, I can take some pages out. That's a good thing too. Although it'll make that even looser when I do that, but that's okay. Also, put a closure on it. That'll hold it closed, and some of us like an alligator mouth, so it's not that big a deal. But just thought I would flip through this real fast and show you. If you're not, that's why I didn't want to do 3 of the string, because 2 is already fairly thick in there. But 3 is what Natasha did, so you know, you do you, boo. I do like that it does open fairly flat. That in, and it's just, it is an easier way to do a multi-signature journal. And if you don't like doing the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, doing this thing with a string, it does work. And like I said, this, like Natasha said, the secret is having that leeway in between, that like about an inch or so that you didn't glue, gives you that flexibility in the journal. All right, hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.